this is Queen of Vibes. I'm here to bring you intuitive messages of insight and healing through my tarot readings. Please keep in mind this is a general reading. It may resonate, only partly resonate, or may not resonate at all. You may want to watch your moon sign, your rising sign, and your Venus sign for even more insight. If you're feeling the vibes, be sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel for more content. Thank you. Hey there, Scorpio, and welcome to your May 2019 mid-month love reading, okay? So this is for everyone, for couples, for singles, for those of you who, don't know what it is, just dating, just met someone. Let's see what the vibe is, okay? So let's get into this reading, Scorpio. Guys, we are almost halfway through the year. Can you guys believe it? Can you guys believe it? All right. Taurus season's almost over. Gemini season is almost upon us. Okay, so Scorpio, right now, feel like you guys are... you guys are kind of putting your foot down a little bit. Either you're putting your foot down or you're being a little bit stubborn. We'll see which one it is. Which one is it? Let me get a card for Scorpio's current situation. Stubborn. Putting your foot down. Standing up for what you want. Fighting for what you believe in. 7 of Wands. Give me a card. What is the challenge? What is Scorpio's challenge? What is the challenge for my Scorpios for the month of... Ooh. Your challenge is... maybe obtaining this 10 of Cups, this 10 of Cup card that's falling apart on me. Oh gosh, I'm going to have to use a new deck after this. All right, what is going on? What energies from the past that my Scorpios are dealing with? What energies from my past are my Scorpios dealing with? Queen of Swords. Give me the energy of the person that Scorpio's dealing with. Can I have the energy of the person that Scorpio is dealing with? One card for the energy of the person that Scorpio is dealing with. Too many things trying to jump out. Can I get a card that represents the energy of the person that Scorpio is dealing with? All right, guys. Like 5 cards keep trying to jump out. Okay, we've got the 2 of Pentacles. We've got the Magician here. Some of you may be dealing with a Scorpio. I mean, a Virgo. Some of you... Oh, why are some of these cards backwards? What's going on here? Mind games. All right. Some of you are dealing with a Virgo who is indecisive or juggling multiple people. So... let's get one card. Can I get one card for Scorpio? One card for the energy of the person that Scorpio is dealing with. The Fool. Okay. Can I get a card? Give me insight onto what it is Scorpio really wants. Can I get a card? Six of Pentacles is always coming out. Okay. It's just... it was like, listen, I'm coming out this reading, guys. So is this 5 of Swords. So some type of conflict, some type of mind game, some type of just miscommunication or lack of communication. Or bad, not lack, like nasty, not good, not nice. But there's going to be some truth that is revealed soon for you guys. Okay, so give me a card for the internal factor for Scorpio. What's motivating Scorpio? Internal factors, known and unknown for Scorpio. Give me one card for the internal factor. Page of Wands, which was coming out before. Your advice. 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. External factors. Give me the external factors. Death. And possible outcome for Scorpio. Justice in reverse. All right, so let's go ahead and get some clarifiers going, and then we can get into this reading. All right, why is Scorpio being defensive? Why is Scorpio standing their ground? What is Scorpio fighting for? I don't know what it is, but you're fighting real hard. They're like, it doesn't matter. They're fighting. You guys are fighting for your life. You're fighting for your love. You're fighting for your Ten of Cups. What's this card? That something. Here we go. You're fighting for your Ten of Cups and your Ten of Pentacles. Oh God, and my nail just flew off. My nail's fighting too. All right, let's just let you go. We'll take care of you later. Okay, so past energy that you're dealing with. Can I get a card for Scorpio's past energy? Can I get a... It's just flying out all over the place. Past energy. We've got the Ten of Wands. Can I get another card for the energy of the person that Scorpio is dealing with? Can I get a card for the energy of the person that Scorpio is dealing with? Eight of Wands in the reverse. What is it that Scorpio wants? Can I get another card to clarify what Scorpio wants? Just 8 cards turned over. Can I get another card? For some of you, it's change. For some of you, you want things to change because you feel like things have only been in this other person's favor and you want balance. Okay, but let me get another card to get clarity on what it is that Scorpio wants. Justice. Internal factors. Another card to tell me what's going on inside of Scorpio. What's motivating Scorpio? What's Scorpio really thinking about the situation? What's driving them, subconsciously or consciously? 5 of Wands. External factors. Give me one more card for the external factor. Give me one more card for the external factor of the situation. The Fool again. And then one more card for the possible outcome. The Magician. Definitely Virgo energy going on here. Okay? So, we've got the 7 of Wands and the 7 of Wands. You're fighting for something. You're standing your ground. You are trying to defend yourself. Either defend your stance or you're defending yourself or your relationship from attack, some outside attack, okay? And that's, like, that energy is double, okay? There's no if, ands, or about it. It doesn't matter what it is. You're just in defensive mode right now, it just seems like, okay? Clearly in defensive mode. With this 7 of Wands, you are pushing back on something. You're feeling like your principles are under attack. And this card also is calling for you to have a lot of courage also, okay? Because you need to have the courage to stand in yourself, to stand in your power, to stand up for what you believe in, to fight for what you think is right, okay? So that takes a lot of courage. So that's where you are right now. Not only are you fighting and being, you know, you're defensive, but you're trying to also maintain that courage and not fold, okay? Whatever it is that it's fighting for. And for some of you, this is for your relationship, okay? A very meaningful relationship. A relationship that either involves marriage and children and everything, you know, horse, carriage, dog, baby carriage, all of that. I don't know why I said horse and carriage. Baby carriage, everything, picket fence, all of that. It's not just your emotions, not just you're fighting for your emotional happiness, but your financial, you know, future, your legacy, your family lineage, all of that, okay? When you see these two tens together, 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles, this relationship that you're fighting for or that you want, right, that you're holding out for is very significant. You want the real deal, you know, you want that real old-fashioned type of love. You know, you guys build together, you guys are happy with each other. It's not just, you know, there's no sacrificing. You want it all. You want the love and you want the security. Okay, issues from the past that you're dealing with. There's a coldness here with this Queen of Swords. Okay, I think in the past you have always been very responsible, very reliable, shouldered the burdens, or maybe relationships have been a burden for you because you're always very guarded. You're always quick to cut people off and cut people out. Okay. Um, or you were in a relationship where you had to cut this relationship because it had become such a burden to you. And you don't ever want to be in this position again, right? So you're defensive over that. You're defending yourself from anything that you feel like is going to wind up becoming a burden to you. You don't ever want to be in another relationship where you feel like you're carrying the other person or you're carrying the whole load of the relationship. All right. Moving on to the energy of the person that you're dealing with. We've got the Fool card. All right, so this person is ready for some sort of a new beginning. That new beginning could be with you. Maybe they're ready to try new things. They're very enthusiastic. Person has a very pure heart. Ready for something new. For some of you, depending on what strain you follow. Some people say the Fool is Aries. Some people say it's Aquarius. So if that resonates with you, then there's that. But definitely someone who's either looking to start something new or move in a new direction. Possibly because this situation is a bit stagnant. Okay, because that's what happens when you're being defensive, when you're fighting, things are at a standstill. When you're standing your ground, you're holding, okay? You're exerting energy. This is still a wand energy that's moving because you're pushing back on something. But the other person is pushing, you're pushing, so the relationship stays right here, right? So this person is ready to get either past that stagnancy, right? Okay, well, we're stuck on this issue. What's next? How do we move past it? Or they may be ready to just move on from the relationship altogether. Okay, I also see the Fool card and the Death card in the external factor. So for some of you, you're definitely dealing with someone who may just end the situation because they're just ready for something new. They're not necessarily interested in engaging in a battle with you, Scorpio. Okay, or continuing the battle, because this could be your energy and their energy, just both of you fighting against each other. Right? They're standing up for what they think is right. You're standing up for what you think is right. And therefore, nothing's happening. You're not getting anywhere. For some of you, someone may be coming towards you, but your defensiveness is pushing them away. So for those of you who are single, if you're a single Scorpio and you've got an Aries or an Aquarius they're trying to get to you, but they're being pushed off. Okay. They're losing their zest for or their interest in this situation. The stagnancy of it all is boring to them. I'll be honest, like they're getting bored because it's like, all right, I'm interested in this person, but they're all they're doing is pushing back. They don't want to do anything. They're giving me all this trouble. So is it even worth it, right? Because you are very concerned, and and it's right to be that way, for you to have a balanced relationship. You don't want to have a relationship that is unfair. For some of you, though, fair is all relevant to what works for you. So be careful, because sometimes we think that we're always right, but we're not always right. So you have to really be careful that what you want, this fairness and this balance that you want, isn't just you getting your way. Okay. um Internal factors. We've got the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands represents, with this five, some of you are going to either hear or found out, or you have heard or found out that there's some type of competition, or that there's other people that are affecting a relationship. For those of you that are single, I think you are ready to date. I think maybe it's time to explore other options. Maybe you're being very defensive because this person is not bringing you the kind of offer that you want, or that's going to make you feel secure. All right, maybe maybe they're offering you a little bit of fun, but there's really no security behind it. Or maybe the passion, of their offer is just really lackluster, and you're just like, no, no, not settling for that. So then it's time for you to kind of branch out and, you know, You want to date other people. You want other options. All right. So for those of you that are already in a relationship, you might hear that either, you know, the person that you're with or the person that you're dating has other options, or they're coming to you with a lot of conflict. Okay. You want to hear good news because all you're dealing with right now is just not good news. Okay. Your advice card for this reading is the Five of Pentacles, but it's in the reverse. So it's telling you to try to find the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay? Don't focus on what you don't have. Don't focus on what's missing. You know, rebuild yourself spiritually, rebuild yourself emotionally. If you're at a place where you're feeling empty and you're feeling stuck, stagnant, trapped, it's really time to turn things around. And the first way to turn things around is just to see things in a different light. You know, this page of wands also can deal with your spirituality. Okay. Some of you really need to center yourself spiritually because you've been dealing with a lot of conflict and it's wearing on you. And the best way to keep your defenses up is to make sure that spiritually you're solid. Okay, you're in a good place. You will not be swayed by other people's offers. You will not be swayed to accept situations that are not in alignment with your greater, highest good, right? Moving on to the possible outcome, like I said, we've got this Fool card again, Aries, Aquarius, however you want to call it. There may be another Scorpio involved in the situation. For some of you, this is the end of the situation with this person. It won't, you know, for some of you, that's it. Others of you, there's going to be great transformation and a new beginning with this person. So some of you, you're going to have to really find a way. I think once you take that step back and focus on yourself spiritually and remember what it is that you really want out of life, out of a relationship, out of this particular relationship, then you'll be better able to either see where you can find a compromise with this person or just let the situation go if that's what needs to happen. Okay, looking at the possible outcome, we've got the Justice in reverse. So still feeling like things are just not quite fair. They're not quite balanced. They're not quite working the way that you would like them to work. Things are not going the way that you would like them to go. And it's not something you're going to tolerate either. For some of you, you are dealing with a Virgo. Okay, if you're not dealing with a Virgo, some of you may be dealing with a Gemini. But you're definitely not tolerating the situation, okay? So for some of you, you could be dealing with a Virgo who wants to either take a relationship in a different direction, right? Take you guys out of this stagnant energy that you found yourself in because you're at a stalemate with each other, right? Or some of you are with a Virgo who is losing interest, right? Maybe a situation where you guys were initially really hot and heavy for each other, and now not so much because things, you know, you've been fighting, there's this conflict here, so things have fallen apart. So they're going to go ahead and kind of end the situation. Okay, sorry about that interruption. So for some of you, maybe you're dealing with a Virgo and a Libra at the end of this. Maybe both of, maybe you're stuck in a rock and a hard place because you're choosing between a Libra and a Virgo, or a Gemini. So that's, you know, for some of you, there are options. For some of you, you're not sure which option. You're just kind of having fun. You're like, oh, I got all these options. But one of them is definitely like going to be turned off by this. There's somebody who's not trying to be part of a harem, okay? So just be careful. For those of you who are dating multiple people, there's someone who's like, yeah, and it may be the person that you like the most, so you want to be careful of that, okay? Whoever this Fool card represents. So if you're dealing with an Aries or you're dealing with an Aquarius, then be careful of that, guys, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and see what the romance angels have to say about this. Romance angels, can you give me one card for Scorpio? Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Okay, so for some of you, this is really about finding that compromise, okay? Maybe someone did something. Maybe they messed up, you know, but instead of just becoming a movable wall, right? Instead of sitting here and you're sticking your troops on them, they're sticking your troops on you, and you're just going to battle to the end. Relationship is about finding compromise. All right. So the first step is forgiveness, right? You forgive them, ask them for your forgiveness, and see where you guys can go from here. Okay. For some of you, it's about learning from the experience. Maybe it is time to move on from the situation. If you're not willing to compromise on what you want, and if this other person's not compromising on what their stance is or what they're offering you right now, then it's time to forgive the situation and move on and learn from it. Okay. Can I get another card? What else do you guys have? Retreat. For some of you, it is time to disconnect from the world. For some of you, retreating means moving away from the relationship. Others of you, retreat means the two of you together need to take some sort of a trip. Okay. Disconnect. If you're always going out, if you're always being social, maybe just spend some quality time with each other. All right. Have a conversation. Have a heart to heart. Try to look past who's right, who's wrong, and see where you guys can really strengthen your bond and move forward. Okay. Who's not being fair? Who's being who's trying to be a little bit manipulative, who's trying to only have their way or only have things go their way. Like, relationships are a two-way street. They're, give and take. So sometimes it's about having a quiet conversation, not about trying to prove your point or about the other person proving their point, but just to re-examine the relationship, see where you guys are at, see what the goal was, and see if it's even possible for you guys to still get there in a mature and realistic way. I feel like I talk to a lot of people, through tarot and just in general in life. And in relationships, there's this thing where people feel like they're not able to really tell the person they're with their truths. But you guys have this goal that you're trying to go. But how are you working towards a goal with someone that you are afraid to tell them how you feel? How are you building a life with someone that you're afraid to be vulnerable with? I say this all the time. How are we sleeping next to people every night that we cannot be vulnerable with, that we cannot be honest emotionally with, that we can't be, that we can't experience true intimacy with? If you are in a relationship with someone and you're sleeping with this person and you think that this is someone that you want to build a future with, because I'm not talking about, oh, we're just dating, oh, we're just fucking, or we're just whatever. The 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. I feel like the cops right now. The 10 of Cups is here. Okay, so this tells me that for a lot of you, this particular situation is not just about two people who are seeing each other. Whether you're holding out, right, because you want a relationship that comes with you want it all in a relationship, there's nothing wrong with saying that. If you're afraid that saying what you want is going to drive or push another person away, that is not the person for you. Let them go. Because guess what? That means they're never going to give you this anyway. Okay, if being honest about who you are and what you want drives another person away, wave them bon voyage, because that's not the person you need in your life. All right, so take back your control, take back your power, right? Things will be fair once you're fair with yourself, and speak up and say what it is that you want. You're doing that. Some of you are doing that. That's why you're in a stalemate, because this person's offering you less than what you know you deserve, right? But are you going to throw away a whole relationship because you guys are having a stalemate? Find a way around the stalemate, okay? Stop fighting and start figuring things out, all right? Because even in wars, someone has to concede at some point. Someone's going to have to concede. You can't be in a relationship and be at war the whole entirety of the relationship. What kind of hell is that going to be? All right. For those of you who just met someone, yeah, go ahead and stand your ground and be honest with this person. I want love. I want marriage. I want a baby in a baby carriage. I don't want anything less than that. If you're just trying to if you're just trying to have some fun with this Fool card, if you're just trying to see if you can get your rocks off, if you can kind of get yourself out of stagnancy, you're using me to try to get your groove back, then you can hit the road. And some of you are dealing with someone who's just using you to get their groove back. So be careful with that. All right? Don't settle for less than what you want. Okay, Scorpio. Now I'm done yelling. That's been your May reading. I hope you guys, I don't know, I hope you guys can get to that place where you're not just defensive, because you're missing out on a really good opportunity, some of you. All right, there's a good person here, there's a relationship here that it really has the potential. It's just two people being stubborn and taking for granted that they can actually obtain this kind of connection with any old body. Okay, you're not going to get the 10 of cups and the 10 of pentacles with just any old body. All right, so if you have somebody in your sights that you believe, or in your heart you feel like you can achieve the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups, then I think that's worth you stepping outside of your comfort zone, right? Putting down your wands and, seeing if you can get this other person, because I think they're already putting their wands down, whether it's because they're sick of fighting or whether it's because they're moving on. So put your wands down and talk. Give the person a hug. Okay, so what if they were wrong? You love them, give them a hug, talk it out, see where you can go next. All right? Staying in the stalemate, they're going to leave. They're not going to continue to fight because they don't want to fight. All right, I started yelling again. I don't know how I got there. Love you, Scorpio. Make sure if this resonated with you, you like the video. I know I'm going to hear from you guys in the comments or in my inbox, and I welcome it. I love to hear your feedback, and I'll definitely see you guys at the next video. Bye, Scorpio.